welcome back. This is part 3 of the 80% tutorial for Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, and now we'll be doing Canopy Chaos. This is the first time, if you're not doing co-op strats, that you're going to be seeing Cranky Kong in the run. As a reminder, Cranky Kong's ability is to use his cane to bounce, and it bounces just as high as Dixie's flutter. A viewer suggested that I do the speed tactic through the stage before doing the tutorial, so I'm just going to go ahead and complete the stage as I normally would, and then I'll come back and explain everything I did. This is a stage where things can go potentially terribly wrong, so we'll see how this pans out. Okay, that was a really difficult trick, and I'll be sure to explain why something that looked like nothing special has just made me incredibly happy. Also, what I'm about to do is completely unnecessary, but it is fun to grab any letter that you can. Alright. So the stage doesn't take very long to beat if you happen to get all the strats for it. I'm definitely going to go back and explain everything I did. The one thing that I cannot do right now is go back and grab Dixie to start the stage as you normally would, coming out of 1-2. For those who are using co-op strats, you would still have Cranky Kong for throughout stages 1 and 2, so this is pretty much how the co-op strat starts. And I have never done them before, but you're trying to get the most of the fact that you have Cranky. So Cranky actually, because of the fact that he can bounce so high with this cane, you can actually go a little higher, climbing up the vine pretty slow. But when you start, as soon as the banana swirl ends, you can just do a pogo, and you'll be really high up there already. Now Cranky can also just bounce across this area without any problems. Everything goes nice and easy for the old man. Unfortunately, we're going to pretend that we have Dixie, and what I like to do as soon as I come down here is I just wait for this guy to come down here, do a reactive bop to get up on this pedestal right here, and then I just roll onto this. This guy is usually a little closer, so you can just bounce off of him. And as you saw me doing the first time, I just I grab the barrel on the way down, break it with a roll, and then I immediately stop my roll because otherwise I would run into this wall. So I bop off that guy, grab and break that, and then I usually do a small hop to kill the momentum. Do a small pogo with Cranky to get up here, and this guy is usually shooting a fish or two. One of them is usually right around here as you're going by, and that's the one that I usually bounce off of, but the situation's a little more annoying right now. So now how you climb up this is all up to you. You can get up this this section is any way you like. There's a couple different routes, but essentially you want to land on this platform here. You're going from this one to the one slightly above it to the left, and you should be able to see it without any problem. Some people will go to the platform on the left over there. I like to go for the O, just because I can. This turtle dude is usually the next one to go, and then I usually just bounce over here onto the Monocle Maggie, and then onto this platform. And then you can actually just jump straight up there, but depending on the height that you got on the bug, it's usually not a problem that you could just pogo as soon as you get up. And for this section, just mash the whole way through. If you hesitate for any reason once you get to those other barrels, you'll be shooting to the side section. It just takes longer, and it's pretty thoughtless to just go ahead. You don't have to even worry about it, just shoot right through. Now, this section right here is the most difficult section that you're going to be dealing with when you get through this stage. Although you can take your time with it, sure, but trying to go quick here, there is a setup that allows you to do nothing but full pogos. As you can see, Cranky has a variety of heights that he can go to based on how long you hold A. With this tap pogo being the lowest one, it's very difficult to get. It's like it almost tricks the game into thinking you didn't pogo at all. You see how low it is, and then there's a sort of medium one, and then there's a full pogo. And the full pogos are the easiest ones to get because all you do is you just hold it the whole way through. The full pogo route involves jumping right around here, and you're doing a roll jump. So you're going to be rolling till you get to right around here. If you successfully jumped at the right spot, you'll actually be doing your first pogo right here on this ledge, and you won't hit that enemy at all. So if you get it right, you won't hit that bird enemy at all. You'll still land on this platform right around here, okay? Instead of landing in the pit. If you land in the pit, you're going to run into the first enemy right there, the monocle. So I'm going to try and do that right now. And then all you do is full pogos all the way through. That's the beauty of it. Okay. I did not get it that time. I'll give it a couple more tries. No, that's not what I'm looking for either. No, too much. There we go. See, this is the full pogo setup. And the beautiful part about it is that you literally just keep doing full pogos all the way through. Now when you get to right here, you're going to land, do a full pogo, and take damage through the spinning turbine. And then after you take the damage, remember you did a full pogo going into it, you're going to do a very light pogo coming out of it, and then one more full pogo. So, full pogo, light pogo, full pogo. And that'll get you into this barrel, guaranteed, no problem. As long as you started all the way on the left, and you got some form of the setup. Now I'll have to, I don't know if I'll be able to pull it back in time. Nope, I'm in the barrel. Okay, so once you're in this barrel, there's nothing else you can do about it. I'm just going to go ahead and exit the stage real quick and show you a different setup that's more of a backup setup, because realistically, jumping on that perfect spot, not going to happen every time you do the stage. However, there is another visual cue that you can use to make sure that you're going to still get through the next section doing all full pogos. You can do full pogos from all the way at the beginning, but you only really need the full pogos later on, and I'll address that in just a moment. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just mash your way through. So, it would be nice if you could get the setup every time, but it doesn't happen. So you're just going to keep rolling through. Roll through this pit of spikes, and then be ready. You want to jump, and then you want to land on this platform right here. Now, I just did a very light roll jump because if you do the setup properly, you'll notice that you land on the leftmost side of this dodo. So what you can do instead is you can do a very light roll jump, and you'll essentially land on the same spot that you're trying to get with the setup. So full pogo, and I made it. Okay, so it's very difficult to get on the right spot of that bird, but it's a little easier to land on that bird than it is to hope that you jumped at the right spot. And this section that I'm currently in is the section that you want to be doing full pogos through. You'll be barely landing on that first monocle dude, and the beautiful part about getting that right spot is that you won't bonk into the ceiling. The ceiling is the absolute bane of runners' existence in this stage, because it causes you to drop down more sharply. You hit one of the enemies on the way through, and then you take damage. The nice part is you also grab the end, which is great for the hundos. Now, the reason why you don't want to take damage is because you're trying to damage boost through here. Otherwise, you would have to, if say you took damage, you would have to wait under there, which is really slow, and it's kind of embarrassing, especially at the start of a race. So, say you you took damage. Oh no, you lost Cranky. Even worse, right? Well, no worries. There is another Cranky. Right here, this is what I like to do. I just grab real quick that barrel. You notice that I whiffed a grab because holding grab will make you move faster in the air. So do make sure that you you try and hold the grab/run button when you can. It'll give you better control of Donkey Kong and leave you less likely to die from just falling into a pit. So once you have this barrel, keep it in your hand and then roll with it. Now you're going to roll across a series of snails. And what you do in this section, you could just roll through everything and then jump when you need to. But I have a full pogo route. And the reason why pogos are especially nice, not only because they look really cool, but specifically whenever you start up a roll, you're actually losing one frame. One frame of animation does not seem like much, but when you're trying to do the absolute best and squeeze everything you can out of a speed run, saving frames does matter. So you will be saving a little bit of time by doing nothing but full pogos. Anytime you can spare a roll from your run, you'll be saving a little more time. That does also include bounces. So roll, bounce, bounce, pogo, pogo, bounce, bounce, roll, and then I just like to grab the G. It doesn't matter because you want to actually lose time. You'll see that vine does not appear until after you land on this platform. And as you land on that platform, it's taking its time getting over here. So you can actually do whatever you want to kill time. You know, you can pull this plug, you can go slap a couple things, you can go kill the bird that was over here. It doesn't really matter what you do. It's very hard to lose time waiting for this vine to show up. And you just fire through. And then you do a roll jump, and that's the barrel. If you wanted to get to the secret exit is actually all the way up here. It does not require Cranky, although this is the stage where you pick him up, and there's a lovely phonograph here waiting for you. Do love the classics. Alright, so I'll go back to it one more time in Time Attack, and that should finish up the guide for this stage. And that unlocks Busted Bayou, a very awesome and silhouette level. Yeah. Changing the barrel type wouldn't really matter here. If I defaulted, it'll still be Cranky. If I pick Cranky, it'd still be Cranky, and I don't want to use Diddy or Dixie for this stage. But you will be starting off solo DK, which won't change this very much. Do note that Time Attack does take away the letters that are in the stage, so if you're going to use letters for a visual cue in another stage and you want to practice in Time Attack, just keep that in mind. Let's see what I can do here. Okay, this is a little risky. Ah, I took damage. Okay, so that does suck. It means I'm going to lose Cranky. Still shouldn't be a huge problem. And this is something that does typically happen in runs. If you're looking not to reset, it's not a big deal. It's certainly not the end of the world. Still have plenty of time. Whenever you lose Cranky in this stage and you have to re-pick him up, it's a 3-second time cost. So, not the end of the world. Still got a shiny gold. Still perfectly fine for this stage. So, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in the next part where we'll be doing Trunk Twister, one of my favorite stages. It is the first auto-scroller. Take care.